But in terms of the geographic shift and race, and the overriding factor that's taken place since the 1950s really, is a continuous movement west, massive expansion westwards. In 1960, university is pretty much the edge of town. That's about as far west as you get it in Little Rock then in terms of development. And of course today that area of town is known as Midtown. So that tells you just how much the locus has changed in the city, that the extreme western edge in 1960 is Midtown today. So what you've seen is a massive expansion of the western suburbs. And in terms of the racial demographics, the north and west of Little Rock has been predominantly white, and the east and south of Little Rock has become increasingly African American. I think the east end of Little Rock has always been an African American sort of enclave, but that's become more and more pronounced over time. I think the racial lines in the city have become more and more defined over time. I think the 630 and construction of highways kind of gives a hard concrete edge to those demographic shifts that are already in place before they're built. So if you look at I-630, I'd say that defines what is north and south in the city, and I-40 and 30 kind of define the sort of hard eastern and western edges of the city. So those concrete interstates have provided more of a definitive hard edge to demographic shifts that were already underway in terms of moving the black population towards the east and south, and the white population increasingly towards the north and the west.